Hi everybody, welcome to Magic Universe. This is message from Universe 28. This is a timeless message for whenever you watch it, and it's also a part of the Pick a Message playlist, and the information for how to play with the playlist is in the description below. Thank you so much for liking, sharing, and subscribing. You guys are really amazing. If you're interested in a private reading or healing that is just for you, you can go to my website at magicuniverse.co. That's .co. Thank you. And here is message from Universe 28. I'm seeing a message from Universe 28. It's vibrating at like a teal green, blue green. But what I'm actually seeing is this kind of fog, this cloud of like a murky purple, like a bruisey color purple over it. But the true color is a teal green. And so the cards come out, and it's kind of this color, the background of the magician color. That's the true color of the message. But what is actually being visually shown to me when I look at it is kind of like the card right underneath it, that murky purple. And so that energy is like, it's really interesting because there is a true color that you are, that you're once you remove the purple, that's your true color revealed, right? But that purple is kind of there. So within your physical reality right now, you might be seeing that kind of murky purple. And that murky purple stands for that energy of like fear, uncertainty, feeling stuck, right? Feeling trapped, just like this Eight of Swords right here that's showing. And but the energy is shifting, and that's why I'm being shown both colors. Okay, so that's really good. So because the first card that comes out is a change in the wind. So whatever the situation is you're in right now, that murky purple is going to be blown away by the wind, and it's going to reveal who you really are, who you your true vibration, your true color, your true self. Okay, the thing that you've been working on, things are going to start shifting in your favor. Because you see the second card, Wondrous Universe, Walk in Beauty. That's what's going to happen. That murky purple is going to blow away, and then your true self is going to be revealed. And this is going to be in conjunction, like both things are going to happen where your true self is going to be revealed, and the way you view the universe, the way you view life, it's going to happen at the same time. So you're going to begin to see things in through the eyes of beauty, right? Through the eyes of source. The third card, Faceless Ghosts and the Haunted Girl, Ghost People. So where you're at right now might be this place where you're the girl in the middle, and then you have other voices, other people. They might be actual people not believing in the things that you're wanting to do, or they care about you, but their way of thinking is just different from yours. But basically what's happening is that you have a certain way, a certain perspective about life, the things that you want to do. And maybe the society around you is not, in promotion of it, and is not encouraging of it, right? So they could be actual people or actual situations, or they could be just like ghost people, meaning like they're your own thoughts, or maybe they're thoughts of other people, but they're seeping into your space where it's causing doubt and uncertainty. And this is talking about like staying focused on your goal, staying focused on knowing who you truly are, staying focused on that teal color, your true color, who you really are, what your goals are, and what you're wanting to create. And really recognizing that these faceless ghosts have no power over you, right? I mean, they might be annoying, but don't let them scare you. Because if you look at the next two cards, you have the Magician and you have the Nine of Swords, which is like two very different energies, right? The Magician talks about you and your power, you know what you're doing, you create and control your own life. Like anything that you want to create, boom, you can do it, right? and the universe works with you. It just talks about your power of creativity. You're the magician, you create with magic. Whereas the Nine of Swords card is like kind of the opposite energy, where you don't know your power. Like you're letting these faceless ghosts, right? You're letting these thoughts and uncertainty around you make you too scared to do anything, right? Looking back again at the Eight of Swords below the magician, it's like, it's those two colors. It's that teal color of the true you, and then that murky purple of what's in your reality right now, that's kind of giving you the illusion that, oh, I'm don't have power, or like I'm afraid, or not being able to act and express as your true self because of this other energy that's in the environment. And so, universe is calling you to really focus in on who you really are, your true self, and to really believe in yourself, believe in your magical magician power to be able to create the reality that you want to create. Everything that now exists in the physical was once a thought before it became manifested into the physical. So you have to be able to focus on the thought of you being who you really are, in order to have that physically manifested into the physical reality around you, right? You have to really understand and trust in that process, where if you focus in consistency on who you really are, that then that purple will move away, the change in the wind will occur and reveal who you truly are, and then have that be physically manifested into your physical reality, okay? So, yeah, looking at the Nine of Swords is like this monkey is looking through his fingers, right? To I'm just getting the message of seeing through the fear. You know, the fear is an illusion. All these other, if you have naysayers in your life, right? It's just illusion, and be able to really see with clarity, see through all of the fear into your true self, into your true path. Okay. On the second row, Butterfly Garden. This card talks about like the details, right, of life, and talks about like really focusing in on something and being able to, again, like walk in beauty, being able to see the beauty of things. And the message that I'm getting from it is that is to focus on the things that bring you joy, focus on the things that kind of distract you and take your mind off of the faceless ghosts, right? Takes your mind off of the naysayers and the things that aren't working, and just focus in on something that works for you. That if you can, how people talk about like stop and smell the roses and stuff like that. If you can stop and find something of beauty in your life, something of joy in your life, and be able to focus on it and like 100%. And when you focus on something specific on 100%, your energy starts to flow, and it takes your attention, your focus away from the things that aren't working. Your energy will start flowing, and once your energy starts flowing, it'll start flowing in the other areas of your life too. And so Abraham Hicks gives this example of like, if you have 10 things in your life and say like 9 of them aren't working and there's one that's working, focus on the one that's working, and the universe will take care of everything else, all of the other 9 things. So even if you reverse that, in their example, they say like, so a lot of people, like, they have 10 things in their lives, 9 things are working, 1 thing is not working. And most people, they will still focus on the one thing that's not working, right? And be unhappy about that. So find the things in your life that are working. Focus on those things. Let your energy flow. And then the change in the wind will occur on the things that aren't working, and things will begin to flow in everything, in all areas of your life. Okay. That's kind of what I'm getting from the butterfly garden, is to find that one thing, even if there's only one thing in your life that's working, find that one thing, be specific, and focus on that, and let your energy flow. Okay. And so the Knight of Cups next. I'm seeing here, this is talking about like the flowering of the things that are in your heart, that are, that you love, that have meaning to you. And when the change occurs, when the change in the wind occurs, and you're starting to walk in beauty, like in a more manifested way, meaning you're able to see it in your physical reality now, and like beauty emanates from you, like physical beauty and also like energetic beauty. Okay, just when you're vibrating in the energy of love, everything that radiates off of you, it starts to open. It's that opening of your own aura, but then it also radiates and spreads out into your reality, you know. And I see that it's happening with the Knight of Cups right here. So say you're like say your thing is music, right? And you're a musician, you start playing your music with your full open heart. That energy will open you up, open your energy up, and then wherever your music hits in the outside world into other people, it's going to open them up. It's going to be like a spreading effect. Yeah, that's what I'm seeing there. It's like a really powerful energy. Like when you get something to flow and you're consistent and you're steady about it and you're focused on it, and it's just going to have that effect on your whole universe around you. Okay. The Hierophant. The Hierophant here, I'm seeing it talks about like being disciplined. I'm seeing you getting inner guidance from your spirit, from your source energy, on how, on things that you can do, that you can establish a routine or make into a habit of things that will help you to progress in your life. So this could be like a work schedule of some sort, or it could be some kind of health routine, or some kind of just something like exercise, exercise routine, or like a food plan or something like that. Something that you can stick to. It's going to be something it's intuitive, like it's going to come to you from within, and it's going to help you establish some kind of regimen for yourself. And it's about establishing a discipline so that your goal and what you're wanting to do is of the highest priority. Okay. So say your highest priority is to shift your energy, your mood, so that you're happier more of the time, or like just feeling better more of the time. And you say, if you wake up in the morning and your dominant intent is to feel good, then it's sticking to that. And when you pay attention to your emotions and you find you're focusing on something, and then you're feeling that, rock in your gut where it's like, oh, that doesn't feel good. Be disciplined enough to turn that off, turn away from whatever's causing that rock in the gut, right? And say, okay, this is not feeling good. I need to shift what I'm looking at, shift the way I'm thinking about it. I'm going to do some other thing to allow my energy to flow again, so that I'm not feeling this stuckness inside me where the energy is not flowing. And I feel like this is talking about that. The more you trust in your inner source to guide you, the more you'll hear from your inner source. Like I hear a lot of people talk about, like, how do I improve my intuition? How can I trust my intuition more and hear it better? And this is how. It's like, you just ask your source, like, I'm trying to listen to you. Can you help me hear you more clearly? And set that intention. Your spirit will come through. Your spirit will guide you to things and say, hey, try meditating for 10 minutes a day, or try focusing on your breath for 10 minutes a day. Try going outside to take a walk in nature, and like, they'll give you ideas on how to be able to hear them more clearly. And then also, like, when you receive these ideas, you have to trust them. You have to be like, oh, I'm feeling something. I'm feeling an inspiration to go do this thing. Go ahead and trust it. Go ahead and take that step. Even if you're not sure, like, I'm feeling this inspiration, it kind of feels like a good idea, and then go ahead and do it. Go ahead and do it. And don't talk yourself out of following those inspirations, right? And so I feel like that discipline is also that about that, like the discipline of following your inner gut, okay? Following the inspirations that you receive from your inner guidance. And then once you do that, and you do that on a more consistent basis, then it becomes clearer to you, you know, because you're going to get results, right? And then so the results will kind of reinforce you wanting to listen more to the inner guidance, and trusting it more. And then it'll just get clearer and louder, so that it's no longer like, am I really hearing this? Like, you're not going to question it as much anymore. Okay. So yeah, we talked about the Eight of Swords, and the Eight of Swords, you know, there's the energy is so similar between the Eight of Swords and the Faceless Ghost card, that it's really, universe is talking about, like, to don't let this energy stop you or phase you, or keep you from really knowing your true magical self. You know, I mean, especially as this, you know, it's right underneath the Magician. It's like your true self is the Magician. Don't let any other energies that make you doubt that, like, don't let those energies keep you from seeing who you really are and knowing who you really are. Like, moving back to the the Hierophant card also talks about having faith, right? You have to be able to trust and believe and feel for the thing that you know within you, without the physical evidence on the outside at first. And then eventually, as your energy becomes more steady, then your physical reality will have that change in the wind. It will change, and then you'll be able to see it. But the first thing is, like, you have to have that discipline of trusting your inside, right? Okay. And then demonstrate love. Find out what is important to those you love and act on it. I feel like this is about finding out what you love, finding out what's important to you, and act on it, and really leaving all the faceless ghosts out of it, you know, leaving other people out of it, and really focusing in on, there's a similarity between this card and the butterfly garden, where it's like, find out the thing that brings you joy, that inspires you, and act on it. Demonstrate it. Demonstrate the love that is within you and act on it. How do other people figure in on this? Is through that energy from the Knight of Cups. Remember, we were talking about, once you have your energy flowing and you're flowing love and you're emanating that love energy, and then that hits other people, then it might affect them in that way, where it uplifts them and opens up their hearts too, right? But it's a lot of times what people are doing is that they find out what other people want, and then they do that to get other people's approval, to get them to like the thing that they're doing. And then it becomes a more external type of process, right, that most people operate on, is find your target, you know, people, right, and find out what they like, and then do that, do what's trending, do what's popular, right? And then sure, that works, because then you find out what other people are doing and it's popular, but you lose yourself in the process. And a lot of creative people, when they get stuck on that cycle of what do other people like, I'll do what other people like because that's what's popular, then they lose themselves. And that's why people burn out, because they're not operating from the inspiration within. They're operating on what's already working, and we'll do that. And then that's like hard work. If your heart is not in harmony with what other people like, and you do it anyway, it'll bring you a level of success in terms of, like, yeah, you're doing what they want, but then, like, where is your heart in the process, right? It's like, you don't want to lose your own self in the process. Whereas if you do it in a way where you're the Knight of Cups and you're doing from the heart and you're doing what you want to do, and then that emanates out and affects the world, and that's a different thing. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So we have the last two cards. It's so important, the last two cards. Moon dance. Moon dance. Here's this girl. She's like dancing with the moon, and then there's these three little Twitter birds, right? So it's so funny that I just said Twitter birds, because I wasn't even thinking about it. But so, you know, social media, people on Twitter, right? There's other people have their own opinions about things, and are you going to operate, just like what we were talking about just now, are you going to operate to get other people's approval, or are you going to do your own thing, be your own weird self, dance with the moon, right? And be creative in your own way, despite what other people say, despite what the faceless ghosts feel like is what's more important, right? And so this is encouraging you to be yourself, to act of your own creativity, okay? And Spirit is telling me to look in the book, and it says, Moon dance, daring, balance, easiness, adventure, perspective. Look at this girl balancing on a rope, waltzing with the moon. She is dancing through life. It's the walk in beauty, right? Wondrous universe. To be this confident is a gift you should be aware of and treasure. Be brave and adventurous. Get out of your comfort zone and see life from a different perspective. If you maintain a balance between levity and lightheartedness, you can stay above the everyday noise that threatens to bring us down. And it's that everyday noise that's that murky purple, right? That those Twitter birds, right? It's the everyday noise that's like mass consciousness, mass society that might flow in a different way than you do, right? So feel the night breeze in your hair and adventure in your soul. So this is about doing what's in your own heart, being the Knight of Cups, following your own path and walking in your own beauty, okay? And then ending on true love. This love is once in a lifetime. This is complete harmony with your inner self, with the the owl in the Hierophant, which is your, where your wisdom is coming from, right? Where your inner guidance, your spirit. And it's like, when you're in this state of harmony with your true self, then everything else in your physical reality is the result of the shift, right? We started off with a change in the wind. There's something that's in your physical reality right now. The wind is going to blow through, blow the purple back, and reveal your true self, reveal who you really are on the inside, that teal green, right? And so the true love is the revelation of that, of you being you. Now you're in harmony. Now you're vibrating and emanating your true self out into the world. And those that are in harmony with you, the universe will bring to you. That is the true love. That is the... Have you ever tried to get somebody who doesn't love you to love you? Like, have you ever tried to get somebody who's just, they're focusing on other things, they're just different from you, but for some reason, like, you want their approval, you want them to like you, right? And this could be like a crush that you had or something, but they just don't notice you or whatever, and you try so hard to do your little dance so they'll pay attention to you or whatever, and they just don't, like, they're just interested in their own things, or maybe they're interested in other girls, or other guys or whatever, right? And it's so much effort doing this thing, whereas if you're just being yourself and you're just doing the thing that you love and you're happy with yourself, the right person's going to come along, because they're going to be like, oh wow, you're amazing. And that person who appreciates you when you're being yourself, that person is your true harmony, in the same vibration as you. That's what you're looking for, okay? But it's not even that external gratification of somebody coming along and saying, okay, I like what you do. It's like you're already in that vibe of the Knight of Cups, where you're being yourself and you're already loving what you're doing. You're already loving you, and you're already loving what you're doing. And then it's just extra bonus when other people appreciate you too. And I feel like this true love is telling you, like, if there's been a void in your life that you're trying to fill, right? Like, you're searching for happiness and there's a void in your life that you're trying to fill. That void is really about you listening to your inner guidance. It's your spirit, it's your own self You know, it's you loving you. That's what you're looking for. And that's the only thing that's really going to fulfill you, right? And then the other extra people that are going to come when you're vibrating, you're emanating your true self. Those people are just a reflection of you loving yourself when other people tell you that they love you too. Okay. Yeah. I feel like this message talks about like there's an it talks about an energy shifting, about the revelation of who you really are, and then being able to differentiate what is it that you're looking for, what is your true goal. Is it's an internal satisfaction that you're looking for and not external validation. Okay. Yeah. So that's the message from Universe 28. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this reading, go ahead and click on the thumbs up, like this video, share it with your friends, and subscribe. I will see you next time. Bye.